Hello and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Lori Johnson. We're so glad you joined us today because it's going to be a great show. My special guest is Dr. Josh Axe. He has the #1 natural health website. And now, Dr. Axe, you have a great new book called The Keto Diet. Welcome.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for having me, Lori.
This is such a fascinating subject. So many people have heard about the ketogenic diet. It's sweeping the nation, but there are a lot of misconceptions about it. What are you trying to tell people with this diet?
Well, the big thing is that there is a right and wrong way to do keto. If people do the keto diet the right way, it can be a breakthrough diet that kind of works when nothing else will. I mean, I've seen a lot of people who have experienced beating autoimmune disease, even cancer. I've seen people who lose weight very, very quickly, balance hormones, boost their brain health. And so the keto diet, there's a lot of medical research proving its benefits. The problem is a lot of people are, when they get on the keto diet, they're eating just conventional meat products and bad fats. They're not eating a lot of these healthy healing foods like you teach on your show and I teach, on my website. And so people need to follow the keto diet the right way, which is what I lay out there in my book.
Right. So if you think you know what the keto diet is, stay tuned because you might be mistaken. Here's what it isn't. It's not a bunch of steak and meat and bacon and things like that. It's not a high protein diet.
Yeah, exactly. I was on social media the other day and I saw this recipe for a keto recipe. And the recipe was taking conventional shredded cheese, frying it in butter, putting bacon in the middle, and then frying more shredded cheese with butter. And I thought, that's just the wrong idea. That's not the right way to do keto, which is all not even to mention, it's not even organic. It's all conventional bacon and butter. Not that you can't have some grass-fed, pastured butter and some turkey bacon. You can on the diet. But the diet should consist of a lot of anti-inflammatory foods that are high in healthy fats: avocados, coconuts, olive oil, wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef, and then loads of vegetables, herbs, and spices. That's really the key to doing the keto diet the right way.
So most of the diet is healthy fats?
You got it. So the ratio is typically around 70% healthy fat, 25% protein, 5% carbohydrates. That tends to be the diet. And what happens is your body gets into a state of ketosis. Now, the diet was actually created in 1920s at Johns Hopkins University, and it was developed to treat children that were having epileptic seizures. Well, they started having the kids do fasting, and they realized they couldn't have the kids fast forever. And by the way, the seizures went completely away when the kids fasted. They started doing the keto diet with the high fat. The seizures went away as well. So they started noticing that the keto diet, your body gets into ketosis where your body's burning your own body fat for energy. That was the key to brain health. It was the key to burning fat and losing weight. It was the key to a lot of things.
I actually went up to the Mayo Clinic not too long ago, and they're still using the high fat, the healthy fat diet for children who have epileptic seizures and seizures of other types, and where nothing else works. So it's fantastic. So when you talk about 70% fat, healthy fats, talk about what are good fats and what are bad fats, because a lot of people don't understand that the vegetable oils and the oils that are used in pretty much all fast food and restaurant food, those are the kind you really need to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me say this too, why the fats are important. One, 60% of your brain and nervous system are made up of fat, and every cell in your body is made up of fat. That's why we need to get these healthy fats in. The fats we want to stay away from are what I call the 3 C's and 3 S's. Canola oil, corn oil, and cottonseed oil. You want to stay away. Those are all processed vegetable oils. And then soybean oil, sunflower oil, and safflower oil that are processed. Those are those inflammatory oils you want to stay away from versus getting omega-3 fats, which are found in wild-caught fish, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and hemp seeds, getting MCT oil, which is found in coconuts, and then also getting the good monounsaturated fats that are found in nuts and seeds, avocados, and olive oil. Those are the healthy fats we want.
And another big no-no is the vegetable oil. I cook a lot and I love to bake, and I'm telling you, 90% of the recipes call for vegetable oil. That stuff is bad.
The worst.
Yeah, and don't fry things in it. And the peanut oil, we love our fried chicken and peanut oil. No, no, no. Stay away from that. So when you're talking about, you get into detail here in this book, Keto Diet, about which oils to use when you're frying, and you love olive oil, but we're really not supposed to get the olive oil hot, are we?
Yeah, cooking olive oil causes oxidation, so instead you want to use things like coconut oil, avocado oil, ghee, or grass-fed butter. Those are really the ideal things. I got a lot of charts. I actually have 80+ recipes, including things like keto pancakes, keto cookies, and a lot more in there.
Love it. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Dr. Josh Axe and about his new book, Keto Diet. Stay with us. Welcome back. Continuing our discussion with Dr. Josh Axe, author of the new book, Keto Diet. And this is without a doubt the best diet for people who need to lose weight. For sure the best diet for people who need to lose a lot of weight, who have tried other diets and are hopeless, and they think, I can never lose weight. And because this is so satisfying. It really, you know, when you can't have the sugar and you can't have the breads and things, those wonderful healthy fats really scratch that itch.
Yeah, you know, I've seen people lose just a tremendous amount of weight on this program and through this book. In fact, my mom, my mom was the first person that followed the keto diet I laid out in this book, and this was nearly 13 years ago, but she was battling a life-threatening illness, and I started reading online diets for cancer, specifically what she was battling, and I came across an article called The Keto Diet for Cancer, and I started learning that cancer cells feed off of sugar and fermentation. And so with my mom, I put her on a diet that was a combination of lots of healthy fats and keto, some vegetable juicing, some Chinese medicine and herbs, sort of combine those things together. She started following this. She lost almost 20 pounds in just 30 days, 20 pounds in a month following this diet.
Wow, and then what about her illness?
Yeah, and so my mom beat cancer naturally.
Praise God.
Following this diet. And so actually one of the chapters in the book is the Keto Cancer Plan. I have a full 30-day meal plan on everything to eat, the supplements to take, essential oils, all to fight cancer naturally.
Oh, this is wonderful. So it's fantastic. It's the top of the list as far as weight loss, but for all other health issues, with people who have all these digestive problems, with the gut leaking, and you know, it's great for brain health, and as you said, just diabetes, the list goes on and on. Yeah,
one of the amazing things about the diet is a diet, more than any other diet out there, it's similar to fasting, to where your body gets in this fat burning zone and your body starts burning fat for energy. So people who get on this diet, they'll wake up the next day, they'll look leaner, they can't believe how they look. And the big thing is, we want to lose weight not just to look better, but we want to do it because excess body fat actually acts as an organ and builds disease. People don't realize this. If your body fat actually acts like an organ, it produces certain hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which cause you to have food cravings. If you're a person out there and you can't follow a diet because you're constantly having these cravings, it's because the excess fat on your own body. When your body gets into this state of ketosis, which is breaking down fat for energy, the cravings start to go away and you stay full and satisfied, and it really just makes a big difference.
Talk a little bit about the importance of choosing the right kind of meat, like pasture eggs and, you know, grass-fed beef and things like that, and organic vegetables. A lot of people are like, I can't afford that. What's the difference?
Yeah, so here's what we need to know is that and not everything is important to buy organically, or there's a ranking order. The most important thing to buy organically is your meat and dairy and egg products, because a lot of these cows today, they're injected with growth hormones, steroids, they're fed genetically modified corn, all of these chemicals. And so even though a plant might be sprayed, it's not near as toxic as conventional meat products. So if you are shopping on a budget, really do your best to buy organic meat products. And also, buying in bulk can typically save you money. Things like wild-caught salmon, sometimes you can buy for just $2.50 a can, where that same salmon, if you'd go out to a nice restaurant, $30 or $40. So there are ways to do it economically, but you do want to be looking for grass-fed organic beef, pastured or organic chicken, pastured eggs, and wild-caught fish.
And then this is a lot of vegetables as well. Talk about, do organic vegetables, do we need to be careful about that?
Yeah, so there's a list called the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15, but in general, you know, when you're buying vegetables and produce, it's not as important as the meat, but certain ones that don't have a skin on them, you do want to try and buy organically. So again, things like lettuce typically get sprayed a little bit more than, let's say, something like asparagus or broccoli or cauliflower.
Yeah, okay. And one more thing about, do we need to be careful not to eat the real sugary or real sweet vegetables and fruits like carrots and peas?
Yeah, you want to keep those in moderation or don't consume them at all while you're on the keto diet. You can do a few berries and do a few carrots, but you want to be careful with doing a lot of the high sugar, especially things like potatoes. You really want to keep out of your diet.
So not all fruits and vegetables are the same.
You got it.
All right, well, we're going to continue our discussion with Dr. Josh Axe. When we come back, one of my favorite subjects, the importance of collagen. A little spoiler, it keeps us looking young, so stay with us. And welcome back. We're here with Dr. Josh Axe talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is collagen. And the reason I say that is because collagen is what keeps us looking young, but it's so much more than that.
It is. Collagen is what makes up a lot of our body. In fact, 30% of all the protein in our body is collagen. And so probably 1/3 of our protein intake should come from collagen, yet most people are getting 0. And collagen makes up 90% of our skin, hair, nails, bones, discs, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, fascia, gut lining, arterial walls. All of those areas are made up of collagen. And if we're not supplementing with collagen, our health can really suffer because of it.
And what's interesting is back in the old days, people used to get collagen naturally because they would take the bones and boil them for broth, but people don't do that anymore.
Yeah, not very often are people making actual real homemade broth. And the great thing is myself and Jordan Rubin decided that people need to be getting this in their diet every single day. So we created some products so people could start getting collagen in their diet, very high quality collagen, every single day. I used to have my patients go on a bone broth cleanse where they would just drink bone broth for a few days, and they would notice afterwards, their skin, their hair, their nails, their joints, their gut felt completely different.
I drink it every day and have been for years. I love it so much. I actually make mine at home with actual bones, and it's actually pretty easy. If you want to go to our website, cbnnews.com, I have a demonstration about how to make bone broth with the crock pot. But some people don't like to do that. They don't feel comfortable leaving their crock pot plugged in for 24 hours when they're sleeping or when they go to work. And you really do need to boil it for 24 hours or 48 hours.
Yeah, for myself, I used to make bone broth all the time, and myself and Chelsea would drive 40 minutes away to buy our organic bones and make our own broth. But the problem is that I traveled so much I couldn't take it, and really we should be getting bone broth in our diet every day, just like we need probiotics every day. That's a similar comparison. And so what I realized is I need a convenient form of this. So Jordan Rubin and myself, we took bones and put them in large stainless steel vats. We made bone broth, but then we dried it and turned it into a powder form so people could take it in an easily consumable form every single day. And we have it just as a pure straight broth. We also have a vanilla and chocolate flavor, which is the best tasting protein powder out there. You can add it to smoothies. But we really felt like, because I want my mom taking this every day. I want my wife, Chelsea, wanted to take this every day. And all of my patients I cared for. So that was the thing that I really wanted to be able to do, is allow people to get this into their diet every day.
And what I find interesting is there are different types of collagen, and talk about that.
Yeah, so what makes up your skin, hair, nails, and bones is type 1 and 3 collagen. But what makes up some of your gut, but also especially your ligaments, tendons, and joints, is type 2 collagen, and type 5 and 10 collagen help your arterial walls and other areas in your organs. And so what we did, this is the first ever multi-collagen protein, and just like we need a multivitamin, like multiple types of vitamins, we need multiple types of collagen in our diet. And so we actually were able to source wild marine collagen, grass-fed beef collagen, pastured chicken collagen, and put those all into one single product. And this is a tasteless powder. So my wife Chelsea, she adds it into her morning coffee and espresso. I add this into my morning smoothie. You can add it into water, but it's a tasteless powder. But with one scoop, you're getting the daily amount of collagen you need every single day. And my own sister started taking this product, and she'd always struggled having thinner hair and nails. She started using it, and literally after just 30 days, she noticed her nails changed. Her hair had more volume. Her skin started looking differently. So I've seen this with my own family members, with myself. People have seen health breakthroughs by simply taking one serving of this multi-collagen protein a day.
And I love this stuff here because you can put it in your purse and then drink it at lunchtime, or if you're traveling, just the single serve packet.
Yeah, and they carry this product. You can find it online on draxe.com, on amazon.com, but also Whole Foods Market carries it, Vitamin Shoppe, Sprouts, local health food stores. And I love these little packs for when you're traveling. But make sure when you're buying collagen, make sure it is a multi-collagen powder, not just a collagen.
So you can make it yourself. It is a lot of trouble. A lot of people don't like going to the trouble, and you really don't get all the different types of collagen in it. But if you're really on a budget, that's a way to do it. And then also sometimes stores will sell bone broth, but it's important to know the difference between broth and bone broth.
Yeah, there really is a difference. A lot of the broths out there don't have the right amino acids. They don't cook it properly. Jordan and I did a lot of scientific research on the best way to make collagen, especially our bone broth protein is cooked in a way to where there's maximum collagen, as well as glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, which are known as collagen boosters.
All right, and so then you don't have to go get your Botox or go to the plastic surgeon because it keeps your
better
skin
than
tight.
Botox.
Yes, all right. Well, we're going to take a quick break and be back with Dr. Josh Axe. Next segment, we're going to be talking about essential oils, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Healthy Living. My special guest is Dr. Josh Axe, and we're talking about so many different things regarding health, and you have the #1 natural health website. And I know for me personally, anytime I have an issue, I go to Google and I Google Josh Axe and whatever's bothering me, like acne, and boom, there you are. And as a matter of fact, I did Google that very thing about a year ago, and you recommended tea tree oil, and it worked like a charm and didn't have to use any weird chemicals or prescription drugs. So essential oils are just fascinating, but I wanted to get you to really say the importance of getting the right kind of essential oils, because there are a lot of really bad ones out there.
There are. A lot of essential oils are laced with synthetic oils. A lot of them are chemically processed. A lot of them were not organic plants to start. So you want to make sure that essential oils ideally are certified organic to where they've never been sprayed with pesticides. You want to look for them being labeled as a dietary supplement. And also you want to just know that they came from a really high quality source. But yeah, just like eating, organic vegetables and organic meat is better than conventional, it's the same thing for essential oils.
And I love, there are a lot of essential oil books out there, and there are many good ones, but I have to say yours is by far the best because it reads like a reference manual. You talk about what each oil does, and then in the other part of the book you talk about different ailments and which oils to use.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that book. We were able to cover all those things you mentioned. We also have recipes in the back, how to make your own anti-aging serum with essential oils, how to make your own sunscreen, how to make your own home cleaning products and beauty care. So we put all that in the book there, along with these sort of natural recommendations for health problems, and also talking about the biblical uses of essential oils. So we've had rave reviews about that book, and it's a great thing. I've noticed when people come to our house, we have it sitting on our coffee table, everyone starts flipping through it and they're like, wow, this is amazing.
And I know personally, I've had a lot of experience using essential oils for ailments, for example, infections, and oregano oil is one of my favorite ones, and instead of using an antibiotic, because antibiotics can be so problematic.
One of the things that is true about essential oils is that they can be used for a lot of things. Everything from, it's kind of crazy, everything from cleaning your home to your personal care to to other things as well. So I think that, and especially, here's something else to know about essential oils, why, just jumping back what you said, your skin is your body's largest organ. And a lot of times we're putting essential oils on our skin. In fact, people put a lot of things on their skin. Like I was reading an article recently about the aluminum in deodorant and some of the other parabens that people have in their skincare. And the thing about essential oils are they're all natural. In fact, the other thing that's amazing is essential oils are referenced more than 300 times in the Bible. I wrote a book called The King's Supplement Cabinet, and I talked all about how if King David, what would he have kept in his cabinet at home, it wasn't a bunch of synthetic chemicals. They would have probably used essential oils for, that's what they would have used every day. There's another thing in the Bible where Esther went through 6 months of beauty treatments using myrrh oil, probably lavender and other floral oils for her beauty preparation. So, I mean, this really is the true, the true nutrition that was used in the Bible.
And the wise men brought frankincense to Jesus, and I noticed in your book that frankincense is one of the best ones.
It is. I kind of say when in doubt, frankincense. Frankincense is the oil, probably one of the oils that I use the most. And even in our oil line, we were able to source 3 different types of frankincense. One of those being in Oman, which is a good chance of where they source some of what Jesus used during that day. So it's pretty amazing. Frankincense was used for probably a lot of things in those days.
Most people use lavender to help them sleep, and it really works.
Yeah, I love lavender because it's known as the calming and relaxation oil. So Chelsea and I have a diffuser by our bed, and we have one in our bedroom. And so we'll diffuse lavender oil before we go to sleep at night. And I can tell, it helps wind me down, relax. So it's an amazing oil. It's actually probably, along with frankincense and lavender are the probably 2 most popular oils that I think kind of everybody should have in their house.
And, switching from the chemical-filled products for our body and also for our home cleaning products is really important for avoiding certain types of disease.
It is, absolutely. There are so many chemicals that are in our home that have been linked to illness. And that's the thing, doing a personal cabinet makeover at home, getting rid of the junk. So what my wife Chelsea does is she has an organic skincare cream, but she adds, several of these oils, including a little lavender and geranium. She adds that into her skincare, puts that right there on her skin, and she says she's really noticed a difference in sort of, different areas, her forehead, the areas by her eyes. She's noticed a big difference by using these essential oils and actually using those with collagen too.
Well, Josh Axe, we could go on for hours. You're amazing. Thank you so much for all the hard work and the great information you're giving people. And the website is draxe.com.
You got it. Thanks so much for having me.
It's our pleasure entirely. And thank you for joining us for this edition of Healthy Living. I'm Lori Johnson, and we'll see you again next time.